Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm here to bring to you the player ratings for Everton 1, Southampton 0. Now, it was a very nervy one in the end. Everton never do things the easy way. It was kind of hang on for dear life, and especially in the closing stages when Southampton had a fair few chances. We did things a difficult way. We did get that second goal, obviously, but it was disallowed when Michael Keane scored, and he was judged to be offside. But we hung on for the 3 points in the end, and it's a big 3 points, and it takes us a couple of points off the top four. And I think we play before those other teams, so we could get ourselves right up there with the win on Thursday. So it's fantastic. So to get straight into the player ratings, I'll start with Jordan Pickford, and I'm going to give him an 8 because I thought he was really good, and I thought he's been really good for a while, to be honest, for a few games now since coming back into the team after his injury. I think he's had a point to prove a little bit, maybe after Losel did all right when he deputised for him, and Pickford's been fantastic, not just with his world-class saves, but with his distribution as well. He pinged a quality pass out to Highgate today as a standout, but in terms of his general distribution tonight as well, he was quality. And he's made some really important saves as well, especially late on. That one from Vestergaard, close range, and throughout the game as well, when he was called upon, which was relatively rare, to be fair, to give him an 8 when there wasn't that much for him to do. It's become cliche, but for a goalkeeper to keep concentration in a game with limited chances is quite impressive, and he definitely did that. And he's been criticised for his concentration during his career, but I thought he got it spot on today. So to move on to the back line, Mason Highgate at right back, I'll give him a 6 because I thought he was solid defensively, but I do think he has his limitations as a right back. I don't think he's the best going forward, and he didn't get forward too much today, and there was a couple of straight passes, but for his defensive performance, I'll give him a 6. I thought he was quite solid, made a couple of challenges when he needed to. Michael Keane, I'm going to give an 8. I thought he was really solid at the back. Again, after his brilliant performance the other day, he was dominant, and going forward as well, he was always a threat from set pieces. I thought that would be quite difficult for us with Yannick Vestergaard, the tallest player in the Prem, and Bednarek's quite tall as well. So I thought we'd have our difficulties from set pieces, but we looked most threatening from set pieces tonight. So Michael Keane again was dominant in the air, and I'm going to give him an 8 for his performance, as well as obviously being very solid defensively. So Ben Guffrey is centre-back partner. It's nice seeing Godfrey at centre-back in his comfortable position, and I'll give him a 7 out of 10 because he was solid defensively once again, and he had a chance as well. He nearly scored. He had one clearing off the line. I think that might have been Vestergaard who cleared that one off the line. So really good performance from Godfrey once again. He's always at least a 7 out of 10 from me. So Luca Dean, I'm going to give a 7 as well. I thought he put a good shift in. A lot of quality crosses once again. I know recently I've seen his performance in terms of crosses drop a little bit, but he was back at it today for me. He was back at it in terms of quality delivery. I know it doesn't always get recognised with a great header on the end of it, but I thought he swung them in with regularity and with quality today. So 7 out of 10. Alan gets a 7 as well. I thought coming back into the team after so long out, he was really good in terms of demanding the ball and distribution as well, and in terms of putting a challenge in as well to anchor that midfield. Really, we've missed him. We've really missed him, and coming back into the team now, he's a crucial cog in that Ancelotti team, and I thought he did really well. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Abdoulaye Doucouré, can I give him a 5, which is quite harsh considering we won the game, but I thought he was off the pace, and he's been off it for a couple of games now, and he knows it himself. You can see it in his face. He just misplaces passes, and he's a little bit just lousy sometimes in possession, and it's I don't know what's happening at the moment. I think it's just a little bit of a rough patch. Hopefully he'll get back to his best, because we've seen him at his best in an Everton shirt already. He can be a powerhouse in midfield, but just these straight passes, he needs to get out of his game and just get his head back together. So he's a 5 from me, although It was a good team performance all round. Andre Gomez, I'll give a 7. He does seem to slow things down in midfield sometimes, but sometimes that's what you need, especially when you're 1-0 up. He used his body well to shield the ball, and he contributed with some quality deliveries as well. At certain points in the game, he picked out a couple of great passes going forwards, and we've seen that from him from his couple of assists in the last couple of months. So it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Obviously, got brought off later on in the game, but put a good shift in before that. Guffrey gets a 7 as well. I thought he worked hard today, to be fair, and I've criticised him for not working hard sometimes in the past, but I thought he did today and kept on swinging those deliveries in as well. That's one of the main reasons for me why we brought him in, those set-piece deliveries, and he swung them in all day. I know we got quite a few chances from set-pieces, and they were often pinpoint, and but for a few saves from forced and a few offside decisions, there could have been 5 goals from free kicks and corners today. So I thought he was good from those situations. Dom Calvert-Lewin gets a 7 as well. I thought he worked hard up front. He didn't get as many chances as he'd have liked, I suppose. He shared that forward role with Richarlison, and I feel he contributed anyway. Though he did really good. One specific piece of play was when he got himself out of a tight situation, then won as a free kick on the edge of the box, and he seems to be getting better at that, getting better at using his feet in tight situations, which is positive, and becoming closer to that all-round striker. So positive performance again today. So I'll give him a 7, and I'll give the same to Richarlison as well, 7 out of 10. He's coming back. I think he's already back to form, to be fair. I think he obviously got that goal today. It's good to see him get yet another goal to do his confidence the world of good, because I think he did have a rough patch for quite a while over the winter, and he seems to have finally be thawing out and getting back to the player we all know he can be. So 7 out of 10 to Richarlison. In terms of the subs, they were late on. I know we were dying for the substitutes to come on because we were hanging on so badly. Iwobi came on, and I gave him a 7 out of 10 because he wasn't on for too long. I think it came on at about 86, and we played till about 95 in the end, so only about 9 minutes. But so what I'd usually give a substitute is about a 6, but just for that play in the corner when he used his feet very well in a very tight situation, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 because it was quite impressive, and that's what we needed at that point in the game. Josh King obviously came on as well, but I don't think I can give him a rating because he wasn't on long enough. With Josh King, I do think he's trying to impress very much, and he runs for everything. Sometimes he overruns a little bit. So I think he needs to calm down, get to his actual game, maybe get played in his actual position hopefully soon, and we'll see him up front and see what he can do without feeling the pressure on him too much. But that's yet to come. So yeah, they're my player ratings. Let us know what you think in the comments, whether you agree or disagree. But another crucial 3 points for the Blues in our search for European football. Remain in 7th place, but we're back level on points with Liverpool, and I'm genuinely confident we can finish above Liverpool, which I'd be absolutely buzzing with. European football or not, finishing above Liverpool for me would be quality. So yeah, they may play ratings, as I say, let me know in the comments what you think. But I hope you've enjoyed the video either way, and give it a like and subscribe to the Toffee Blues, and join us next time.